A sweeping new ICE operation shows how Trump's focus on immigration is reshaping federal law enforcement. That's the headline over at NBC News. It's about how Stephen Miller is threatening to fire leaders of field offices for ICE and Customs and Border Patrol around the country, or I guess ICE. He says he's going to fire the leaders of the bottom 10% of the offices if they don't start arresting 3,000 people a day. In order to do that, they've got to start arresting people who don't represent any threat, people who've been in the United States for decades, people who are in the process of trying to become U.S. citizens, people who are here legally, people who are here with the permission of our government, people who have green cards, people who have temporary protected status. He just pulled that from 500,000 people, and the Supreme Court backed him up on it. So now they've got this thing, it's called Operation At Large. It includes more than 5,000 personnel from across multiple federal law enforcement agencies and 21,000 National Guard officers, 3,000 ICE agents, 1,800 people from Homeland Security investigations, 2,000 from the FBI, the U.S. Marshal Service and the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, 500 employees from Customs and Border Protection, 250 IRS agents are being taken off the job of auditing billionaires and put on the job of finding Jose, right? You know, find that poor guy standing out in front of, Home Depot looking for work. The Department of Homeland Security has also requested the use of 21,000 National Guard members. I mean, they're just getting hysterical about this. And I think, frankly, that actually they like what's going on, the Trump and Miller. I think that they're misreading the American public, but I could be wrong, and that's the thing that concerns me, and that was the op-ed that I wrote today about how we get used to these things and we normalize them. You've got situations now where, when this young woman at Tufts University was arrested and sent to prison in Louisiana for writing an anti-Netanyahu op-ed in her school newspaper, when the young man from Columbia University was arrested, and, there were big protests to let these people out. But they were just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole bunch of other people who have been arrested as well, and nobody is protesting them. It's like, we're getting used to this stuff. So on the one hand, it looks like a lot of Americans are just absolutely disgusted by this. There's a whole, volleyball team in New Jersey that is speaking out. It's on NBC or on CNN right now, speaking out about, their teammate who's been snatched by ICE. So we've got these kind of, occasional high-profile instances. But at the same time, they're continuing to do this stuff. And this is what Milton Mayer and several other, people who really looked into what happened in Germany in the 30s and 40s are warning us about, is that if we don't stop them, and we really have no means to stop them right now, but if we don't succeed in stopping them, then we get used to it. And it just gets worse and worse and worse, and each new horrible stage becomes the new normal. And I think that that's really where we're at. The ICE just sent out emails by two top ICE officials on Saturday, based on pressure that they're getting from Kristi Noem and Stephen Miller, demanding that at least 3,000 people a day be arrested.